Oh my god, that was nasty! Oh, what a mate that he weaved! How often does a king get checkmated in the middle of the board on f4? Just
get me out of here! Get me out of here! I was gonna say,
can I just like throw down the headphones and walk out now? Wow. I feel like I'm throwing my headphone back, like my hair back, like just ridiculous. This is ridiculous.
Show me some nasty from Magnus Carlsen. He pre-moved G takes f5. He saw that a mile away.
That was so crazy. That was sick. That Sexy. It was dirty. It was all the adjectives before we start saying explicitives. And Magnus Carlsen is up 9 games in this match.
No, but this is just, it's almost like you think he can't play any better. Mm-hmm. You think he's achieved everything there is to achieve in a match. And then he comes up with another incredible narrative. He's worse in an endgame. Bang, he's slightly better 2 moves later. Bang, he's up in exchange. Bang, there's a mating net. Just one thing follows another. And you do sympathize with Fabi. I mean, this is such a hard position to be in, Danny, where he's just pummeling you. And I've pointed this out before. When you play a Swiss tournament and you start losing games, you get easier opponents. This reminds me of when I played the 2015 U.S. Championship, the worst tournament of my life. I lost 3 of the first 4 games, and I've got Hikaru Nakamura in round 5. Here, you lose 3 games to Magnus, and you've got Magnus Carlsen. You lose him again. Guess who you got? Magnus Carlsen.
I feel like it's the same storyline we had in the match with Gukesh when started running away. Like, there should be one time in SEC where like Danny gets to ring a bell and then Magnus gets up and I get to play 10 games in a row.
Yep. At this point, no, you would win all 10, Danny. Come on. Give yourself a little credit. Give yourself a little credit, girl.
Exactly. That would definitely, if I had 10 in a row, at this point, it would make this thing a match.
Dude, it's tilts. He's better again. Magnus winning again. He's going to go H4 and smash through the kingside.
Yeah, the H5 pawn is hanging, though.
Bang.
But B5, full board awareness. You're going to take on C4 and have all kinds of problems, which is why white did not take H5. The queen needed to stay defending, and here comes H4, just like you said.
Holy smokes. Is this guy in the zone or what?
Yeah.
Playing on both sides, Danny. B5 and H4. Look at that exquisite pawn play as he provokes weaknesses and overextends white's queen. After G takes H4, knight G6, you're attacking the F4 square, the H4 pawn, and you have the pressure on the C4 pawn, which means a move like Queen G4, which would otherwise stabilize the king side, now allows the queen side to cave in.
Well, the opening plate in this game, too, is a sign that we've kind of gone full tilt here, and not the poker style, if you're Fabi. This is full tilt because I don't think he's bringing openings at this point that were prep. He's playing, nothing wrong with the English, but I find this position to be one that isn't necessarily one that he drew up at home, if you know what I mean.
I believe I do, Mr. Wrench. Jeez. God.
Yeah.
Crazy. And imagine if he wins this game, sticking the landing, he'll be up by 10. He has not lost a game. Now, Danny, I wonder if there has ever been an SEC match where one player has never lost. I'm 99.9% sure the
I'm
answer
sure
is no.
that has never happened. And so
I mean, that didn't even come close to happening.
If you're wondering another good reason to stick around besides the interview we will likely have with the world champion, assuming the improbable doesn't happen, I don't think we've ever seen that. By the way, I will make a very bold prediction. We are not going to see that. Fabiano is going to get a dub in Bullet. Mark it down. It will happen. There's no world, but at this point, the fact that we've even gone 2 segments has me wanting to call up Statboy. Give me Vaughn. Let's go check in the bullpen and see what Statboy has, because have we ever had a 5 and 3-1 portion before someone got a victory? That already is a question.
No, I'm almost positive there was that Hikaru Fedoseev match, which I think started with an adoption, but I'm pretty sure that Vladimir stole a game, at least one game in the 3-minute portion.
Okay.
Now, this game, by the way, has gotten really sharp all of a sudden. Carlsen has kind of let things slip on the king side. Yep. And Fabi is the one striking on both sides of the board now. Can he deliver?
Yeah, this was a way to spice it up for sure. But Still, you feel like when the smoke clears, whose king is going to be weaker? Probably White's. The G file is open. The C file is open.
Yeah, knight A5 was a step in the wrong direction.
Yeah.
Literally.
He goes to the E file instead. But it just feels like this king is about to start feeling the draft. Too many windows open.
Yeah, rook E3 is on deck. And that's a pretty devastating move.
Ooh, Mufasa. Ooh.
God. Every one of his pieces always on the perfect square, Danny. That knight on G6, the bishop on G7, controlling the pawn on D4, which defends the rook on E3. It's mesmerizing.
Oh, man. The third is Queen A2 check, by the way. He sees it, but that was just... Queen E6 threatened Queen A2 and Rook E2 for the record. Rook B2 stopped both.
A Carlsen move here would be like Rook G8, like a slow, creeping move that sets things up.
Yep.
Or Queen D5, Mufasa.
Queen D5, Jen, exactly. Sometimes when you just don't see what to do, Jen, you just improve your pieces. Exactly.
Precisely.
Exactly. Okay.
Or even A6 should be considered to disrupt the pawn on B5. Whoa!
What? This is not the Carlsen move we expected. What is he doing?
Oh my god! King F4, Queen E3 is mate. But it
can't take because Queen E3 and then Rook F8 after King F5.
Is it sound? World? It's a great practical attempt. Bishop E5 comes to mind.
He's down a rook. No, he's down the exchange. Okay. Dear Lord.
Rook G8 would be an intermezzo, and then maybe Queen takes E5 to set up discovered attempts. No, he goes for the pawn recapture.
If Rook G8, King F4, Queen E5 was mate.
Yep.
But he doesn't go for it.
Queen F6, E7. Oh, there's a check on B7 that he wanted to avoid.
Yeah. Rook C3 first. Both players under 20 seconds.
Knight takes D3 doesn't quite work. The F5 pawn hangs with check.
There's a queen coming to H4 check at a moment's notice. It's starting to turn around.
Will
Magnus have gone too far with that exchange sack? We'll see. Fabi. Okay. Wait.
Queen B5?
Queen to B5.
And Queen C6, Danny. Queen C6 is going to trade the queens and black's going to win again. I don't think there's a way to stop it. Holy smokes.
Too many pawns for the exchange. Magnus is going to... Nope. E just takes D3, even more direct.
Queen F3 check. At minimum. It's over. Rook E5, Rook F1, mate.
What
a fork.
It's not even fair. You can't even lose the pawn because Rook F1 would have been mate.
This is just absurd.